Welcome everyone to the Chompcast, the official podcast of Sword Chomp and swordchomp.com. Thank you for downloading or streaming the show, taking some time out of your busy life to listen to us. And remember, if you're digging the show, please subscribe, leave us a kind rating, share it with your friends, whatever it takes to get the Chompcast name out there. We have a special show today for the Chompcast as we are talking Destiny 2 on PC. So a little more Destiny 2 again, a little Cuphead. I got a Switch that I want to talk to you guys about, as long as we'll talk a little Mario Odyssey. Stranger Things. The BioBreak article this week is a pretty cool article that revolves around a new species of bird that was discovered. And the topic of the week is conferences like E3, Comic-Con, stuff like that, which is brought to us this week by our very special guest, our good friend and Overwatch master, which I will introduce first, so she doesn't have to sit here in awkward silence and listen to us introduce everyone else. Angela Lee is here. Hello, Angela.
Hello, Hi. Angela.
We are glad you're here today. How are you doing? It's been a while. It's a couple months since we had you on.
Yeah, it has. I'm good. You know, just being in America, not Canada. So.
Yeah, people can't see that because they're not. We have webcams. That's how we try to keep the conversation more natural. But it looks like you're traveling. You're broadcasting from a hotel. So.
Yeah, like the Wi-Fi is okay. So.
Yeah, that's true. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, we'll be recording the audio. So, but yeah, I'm glad you made time for us on your journey. We'd love to have you talk Destiny, of course, which is like your big thing along with Overwatch. And it's going to be fun to catch up with you because we had you on a couple months ago, right before Destiny dropped. So this is sort of like a post-mortem.
It's been out for a while now, and people have a lot to say about it.
We hope you have a lot to say as well. So thank you for being here. I will introduce the rest of the crew here real quickly. From Japan, a man who stayed up way too late getting wasted and binge-watching Stranger Things Season 2, Shay Layton is here. How you doing, Shay?
Good. I got wasted because I don't know. I didn't get wasted. What the fuck are you talking about? I was just watching.
Said your teachers invited you. Well, you said your teacher friends invited you out.
We had dinner.
Oh, I thought you were drinking it.
I know, and I just ate dinner. I had Stingray last night for the first time.
That's interesting.
Like a soup version of it, or just like straight up stingray?
Oh, I held it, and its name is Johnny. No, it's just I'm sorry. It's just the fin. It's the fin. Like they peel off the skin and they grill the fin, and then you eat it and you dip it in some like mayo mixed with soy sauce and ground red pepper. It was actually really good.
That sounds delicious. I'd imagine it tastes like shark, probably.
It tastes very similar, and it felt good because I felt like I got revenge for Steve Irwin.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. The memory of Steve Irwin.
You're continuing this cycle.
That's true. In another 10 years, we're going to lose someone beloved too.
Well, I like how I set Chip to talk a little Stranger Things, and he went into eating a stingray, but we'll go with that. So, thank you for being here, Shay.
Season 2's good. Season 2's good.
It's good. Well, we'll get to a little bit of that later. We'll let you get some of that out of your system. But yeah, thanks for being here. And of course, from Texas, our next co-host, well, to be honest with you, I normally start off with a joke or some kind and try to frazzle my good friend, Anthony Fisher, a.k.a. Fish, as we call him. I try to frazzle him, kind of throw him off his game for fun, but today's a special day because it's Destiny and it's Firekeeper, our good friend. I wanted to give him a break a little bit, so thanks for being on the show, Fish.
Wow, I don't know how to respond to that.
I'm
still frazzled. I'm still frazzled.
But I did want to say, because this is such a cool occasion, this is a true story, Angela. And I know this just because I'm his best friend, and we're really close. Because he's such a big fan of yours, he took a screenshot of that Instagram photo of you cosplaying Cat from Gravity Rush, and it's his wallpaper on his phone and his home PC as well. So it's he wants to have you everywhere he goes.
You're trying to get me in trouble with my wife.
I can start a Patreon and do posters and stuff, and Fish can buy all of them.
Yeah, like a Patreon. There you go.
Oh, okay. I feel better about supporting you instead of, just, creepily just pasting your photo on my phone.
Fish is a sweet guy, so it's not as creepy as it sounds, I promise. Or it's much creepier than it, I don't know, it's one of the two. So, either
Definitely
way.
not creepy. Definitely not creepy.
Yeah, and on that note, that was my smooth transition to say that, we love Angelina, Angela's Instagram page, over 11,000 followers now, I noticed, for you, which is pretty cool.
I think it's the D2 hype. Honestly, a lot of people I know that are like Destiny accounts have like just blown up and stuff. Like I have a friend and his like Instagram is like That Evolved Jedi, and I knew him when he had like, I don't know, like 100 followers, and he has about like almost 40K now, and it's really insane.
Well, yeah, your two biggest interests I see on there regular is Overwatch and Destiny, and those are like the two biggest things going right now. So
yeah, I honestly try and like branch out and play new stuff like Fortnite, whatever. But it just doesn't like catch my interest as much,
Yeah, and you have a podcast, so you don't have to talk about new crap every couple weeks. You can just enjoy Destiny forever like fish. So it's kindred Destiny spirits. But yeah, she has an awesome Instagram page if you want to follow it. It's Firekeeper, right, at Instagram.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks for being here, Fish. And you almost escaped that one. I'm sorry.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
We are happy to have you, my friend. And of course, from Michigan, if Shay is addicted to Stranger Things and Tinder, and Fish is addicted to Destiny and vaping, and I, General Mountain Time, Morgan Barnes from Montana, am addicted to Hershey Pies and reruns of The Office.
And porn.
Our next co-host, Josh, is addicted to...
want to hear
addicted to watching...
addiction to
I was setting
alcohol,
up, Josh.
Morgan.
I
don't have a problem.
Okay. Well, Josh just answered it for us. I was actually just going to say you're addicted to watching us all destroy our lives from the inside out, vicariously from the outside. So that's what I was going for.
Well, I mean, there's that too.
But I mean, sure, alcohol works if you want to take the generic answer. Thanks for being here, Josh. We love you greatly. Flipped it around, introduced you last today, but we have an awesome show, and we will get right into it. Topic of the show is conferences. So as I always mentioned, I give each guest a chance to bring a topic to the show and introduce it and kind of what their mindset was, and I guess wanting to talk about it for whatever reason, no matter how silly or cool it is. And this one is an interesting one. Conferences is what our good friend Angela decided she wanted to talk about. So take it away, Angela. I'll let you set up the topic here.
I think one that I've always wanted to go to is BlizzCon, and I think that one's in LA, and I think it was in November this year. But yeah, like I think like all the pro players go out there, like all the cosplayers go out there, like Blizzard introduces like special skins they have at those kind of events, and I would always want to go, or probably some sort of like maybe like Comic-Con New York or something like that, like one of the bigger ones, because I live in Canada, I don't get to go to any like the bigger kind of Comic-Cons, so yeah.
Have you never been to any major conferences?
Not really, and this might be interesting like for Fish or anybody else who likes Destiny, but I went to Destiny Con this year, and it wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't. I saw a lot of pictures of you posing with Guardians.
Yeah, this is the second one. They had one last year and shit. Apparently, this one was like way better than last year and like way more organized. But honestly, I went there and it wasn't super organized, and there just wasn't much to do. Like you have like what? Like I want to say like 4,000 like awkward kids and like Destiny t-shirts. You gotta like give them something to do, right? So a lot of them were just kind of like standing there. I mean, they had like like famous streamers and people come by to get like meet and greets going, but there wasn't much to do. And you'd think that like a place like that would have lots of like Destiny merch for sale. They didn't. They had like nothing.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's
it was kind of just like meeting the streamers, and that was kind of about it, to be honest.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean that was tough when you brought it up. I was thinking, I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like I know when I was a kid, like E3 was like really appealing to me, like the idea of going to E3. But now as an adult, like this year, me and Josh, we just huddled around and watched all the press conferences. on the computer, and it was just as interesting because that's where all the cool stuff is happening. Like when you're younger, it was like this cool idea of all these reveals or being on the floor and playing a new game. But like now, like the idea of playing a game, like a demo of a game a couple months before it comes out, doesn't even sound that interesting to me anymore. Just because of how much the industry's changed, and you can just sit at home and watch the conferences. So I don't know, Comic-Con would be kind of cool just because like if they had a panel like Game of Thrones or something, I'd love to see that. I could get there in the audience and just scream like a crazy fan at Jamie Lannister or Khaleesi or somebody. Like I would be that creepy person. But so I think Comic-Con does it like for shows. That's the cool thing now. I always YouTube like all the panels that people do. And of course PAX looks really cool. But yeah, for me, like E3 was it when I was a kid, but now as an adult, that I can just get, I think, the best stuff out of it from home, even though I'd still love to go there one day. I feel like if we ever made it to E3 as Sword Chomp, it would show that we've kind of done something pretty cool. Like, we're all there as friends, we've accomplished something, we're at E3, but, yeah, most of it you can enjoy from the comfort of your own home. What about you, Josh, when we started talking about, like, conferences and stuff like that?
I mean, you just hit on it, but, I mean, E3 was always the huge thing when I was younger, because you didn't get to see any of it. You heard about it afterwards. It was always the huge conference for the year for gaming. But you heard about it secondhand. You never got to actually see what was going on there. It was all secondhand. And yeah, I feel like we got so much information this year just from the stuff that was available online that I feel like going there to get the announcements is not. I mean, it still sounds neat, like just to go hang out with other people there.
Yeah,
but I feel like there are other conferences that are better for that, for going to hang out. Like you said, PAX.
Yeah, there's just so many people there.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
PAX for general gaming. BlizzCon, you mentioned, Angela. That's something that I've wanted to go to for years. My wife really would love to go to that as well. Just pack up, make it a vacation one year or something. Just all of us go to BlizzCon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like some of the more community focused ones, the way BlizzCon is, the way PAX is. And that I would love to go to both of those at some point. So
yeah, everyone's united by like a love of a very similar thing. What about you, Fish?
Yeah, I'm the same with you guys. Like E3 growing up, like I've always heard about it, and you hear that's where they announce all the new games that are coming out, next year or later on that year, and it just, you get so much excitement getting that news from that place. I always thought like, man, it'd be so cool to just experience all that stuff, experience the trailers, get to play some demos firsthand. That always like resonated to me as a kid, like the pinnacle of like gaming, because you felt like you were just right there in the industry, in the thick of it, meeting developers and getting to see all these different games that are coming out, new titles and whatnot. But yeah, like you guys said, like everything is streamed from E3 now. Like it's so you could get all the information that you want. It's almost way too convenient, and like you hear about stories about how like how it's always packed, especially on the first day. It's almost like a mob rush, like on Black Friday or something like that, where everybody's just trying to get to all these like game stands and whatnot. It doesn't sound too appealing to me to be in the thick of a crowd like that.
Yeah. It's social anxiety, all those people crammed in there. Yeah. What about you, Shay? When we were talking about like conferences, where did you go on this one?
I kind of took it a couple slightly different directions than you guys did. One that I've always wanted to go to is the Star Trek one, just because I've been very much